Edna here from Greenpie Business Course. I have Tammy with me today. I'm super excited to ask her a couple of questions. Basically, Tammy, can you just tell me a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what you do, a little bit about your business? Take it over.
Okay, so I am in Canada. I'm a registered dietitian in Ontario, and I've been a dietitian for about 11 years now, but I just recently started working with a small independent company that primarily does menu management and software for long-term care homes and hospitals and universities. So I just recently joined their team about 2 months ago. They didn't have a dietitian on their team before, so with my addition to the team, we're trying to expand the business into other areas. So we're trying to add on this online nutrition component to the business.
Awesome. So, where did kind of Greenpie Business Course come into play? I know that you were on my email list. You were one of the Greenpie app customers as well, but you also went through the initial videos, as far as I know. Can you just give me a little bit of background how you kind of got into, having new clients and so on and so forth?
Okay. So with this kind of developing a new role with this company and trying to get an online business going, totally new to me, no experience with business or marketing. So I was just researching online, looking for ideas for marketing, anything I could find. So I came across the Nutripreneur blog on LinkedIn. So I signed into that and read some of your blogs, and I think I ordered the ebook, the marketing ebook, and watched a few of the webinars from yourself and Janice or Janine. Janine. And then there was the 5-day mini course business blueprint. So I went through that course for 5 days. So from that, I got enough information to kind of get started. So I started, because I was already doing menu planning for larger organizations, I thought I'd kind of just try to branch out in that area first. So I decided to stick with menu planning as my nutrition niche, and then target daycares as the client. So I went ahead and developed a survey and got a lot of help from Adele's video on some details for the survey. So I was able to develop a survey just from that video, and went ahead and sent it out to several daycares, about 185 actually.
Awesome.
But from that, I had enough information to get started, but I knew it wasn't enough detail to really, know what I was really doing. So then I signed up for the course. The same week, I think I sent in the surveys.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, so I was really surprised when you got on the first Q&A. You did so much action, and I was so happy, because the whole point of the kind of free training is for you guys to kind of get a head start and just start to do surveys, try to understand, what would be your client niche, what would be your nutrition niche, and even understanding that you need to understand who you want to work with and just focus on these people. I think it's pretty important, because I know a lot of nutrition providers just want to sell anything to anyone, trying with different things, from, I don't know, spring smoothies to cleansing to anything that would, that other people are doing and other nutrition providers are doing, because if they're doing it, and they might, it must be something that people need. What was kind of different for you just from the blueprint? What kind of, was there something that you kind of didn't think about before that just got you to, okay, so, this might be, what made you actually do it? Like, because a lot of nutrition providers have a problem with just, even if you give them a blueprint, they have a problem with going there and just sending those surveys, for example. What was different? How come you just went on and got started, which I think is exactly what you needed to do?
I think I really needed some focus. Like so many other nutrition providers, I'm all over the place trying to do everything. Feel like you got to be doing everything. And I just really needed some sort of focus. So the whole idea of just picking one nutrition niche and one client niche was almost like a relief to focus on one thing. It helps. And then the whole idea of sending out the survey and getting a better idea of what they might want, rather than just trying to offer them something.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that organized approach to it.
Uh-huh. So what happened when you enrolled in the course? So you sent out your surveys, right?
And
You
that still wasn't easy. You still feel a little uncomfortable suddenly contacting all these strangers with some survey, hoping they'll answer.
How does it feel now? Is it a bit easier?
Yeah, it does get easier and as you go through, and again, sending an email compared to the phone call is not as intimidating anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it gets easier.
Mm-hmm. So what was the kind of the survey response like? What kind you sent out like a couple hundred, like you said, 100 and something emails with the surveys?
Roughly, and I had 9 responses,
Mm-hmm.
which I guess is okay.
It's pretty okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So of those 9, I had added that last question on the end that you and Adele talked about giving them a reason to give you their contact information. I offer them something free, so they will give you your contact information. So I had offered some free nutrition information. So I had a space for them to enter a question, a nutrition-related question, and provide their contact information. So 8 of them provided their contact information.
So 8 out of 9 actually wanted to know more, right? Just because you asked the question. How scary was it to just, so when you were thinking about like finding new clients, how difficult did you think it would be? Like, were you dreading, thinking about like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? And then how do you feel, compared to like, I just sent out a survey and I got 8 people that are interested in talking to me for some reason. And those are the people that you're interested in working in. So we haven't even came to the part where you got your first clients, but just the idea of just like asking questions, sending out a survey that is focused on people that you are interested in working in, and getting that response back from like 8 people, just giving you their email, okay, contact me. How did that make you feel?
It felt really good because, like I said, it was still a bit scary just sending out these random emails and asking people to complete a survey. But then when you realize that people are willing to complete the survey and ask questions and they are looking for information, well, then it just feels so much better and it gives you a lot more motivation to continue doing it.
So basically, it's all about just reaching out, right? Being active and just trying, I think that asking questions is a really great and ethical way just to communicate with people and just ask them, do you have this problem? If they do, they'll say, I do, and can you help me out? So what happened then? You got your responses. You got 8 people saying, almost all of the people that did the research, that did the survey, almost said that they wanted to talk to you. So what happened next? I know that we got on the Q&A. I'll basically let you explain a bit more what happened there.
So yeah, I wasn't quite sure what to do from there, but then we had the Q&A, so you kind of told me what the next step should be. So I went ahead and emailed back the 9 who had responded with their information. Well, I had already emailed back and answered their questions, so I provided that information and told them that I would get back to them with this summary of the survey results. So I went ahead and emailed those 8 back with the summary results of the survey, and then offered a free 30-minute menu planning consultation if they wanted to talk on the phone to talk more about what issues they had and to get this free 30-minute consultation. So of those 8, 3 of them got back to me wanting to speak on the phone.
That's pretty awesome. So almost 3 potential clients, and one of them you actually got on the phone. First of all, was it scary for you at this point? Like all these people responding, they're actually responding, and they're okay. Now they're giving you first they gave you their email address. Now they're giving you the telephone number. Now you got to talk to them. And now you have to just say, give me the money. Like, I want to work with you. Or you need to ask them, do you want to work? And can I help you out? Which is, that is supposed to be like the whole point in business. A lot of business owners that are even not nutrition providers, they dream of getting to a point where clients would give them their telephone number so they can actually get on the phone and ask them, do you need something? Can I help you out? So how did that make you feel? At one point, like, okay, got myself 3 phone calls.
Yeah, so then it's like, okay, so I've done the survey, they're answering me. Now I got to talk to them on the phone. And you start to question yourself, you
Yeah.
start to feel like, do I even have anything to offer? Are they going to think this is worth, could be worth something? So it's a little intimidating. But I was lucky because the first one that I spoke to was so open and so ready to share what her problems were and what she wanted that I really didn't even have to ask her much of anything. So I mean, I know not every call will be like that, but it was encouraging.
Hmm. So what happened in that phone call? Basically, it went really smoothly. So first of all, you felt really intimidated. Why do you think that was the reason? I mean, people gave you their phone numbers, and you said something about I really would love kind of for you maybe to give a kind of feedback to other nutrition providers that might be in the same position. Like you
Mm-hmm.
have numbers, those people, that they have a problem, they're interested, they gave you their email address, they gave you their telephone number, they said, call me up. And now you have this doubt, like, am I
It's
going
just
to be
that you're
able to
going to
do it?
feel like you're going to come off professional, that you're, a business person who has a good service to offer. You just kind of, that were for myself anyway, just kind of worry about if I was going to sound professional and that I could offer something valuable.
So what happened, like, after, the person asked you, she said basically, and I mean, you can talk more about it, but basically she said she wants to work with you, right?
Yeah, she, like I said, she knew exactly what she didn't like about her menu and their nutrition services and what she wanted changed. And she assumed that I was already working with daycare, so she asked me what I was doing with other daycares and what services I offered. So she was a little ahead of me in the phone call. So, so then I was a little unsure what to say too, because I haven't actually worked with daycares yet. Although a daycare menu compared to the menus I have done is so simple, I don't know why I would find it intimidating. But it's just a new area. So yeah, she was totally ready to use the service. But luckily, there is a little bit of a delay because they're having a new cook come in January. So I have a bit of a space there to be ready because she probably wants the service in January.
Hmm.
Of what I understood. I mean, I did ask her to clarify that in the email yesterday on Friday too.
Hmm.
But I think she probably wants the service in January.
Awesome. So basically, you got yourself first client, and how long did it take you from sending out, just making a decision, I'm going to make the survey, sending the survey out, to getting in the business course, getting in the Q&A with me. It took us like 30 minutes to figure out what you need to do next to get the person on the phone, what to say, what to do. What was that kind of time span? How long did it take you?
I actually wrote it down because I thought you might ask me that.
Yeah.
So I did the mini course the week of September 28th.
Awesome.
Sent out the surveys October. Oh, sorry.
I love this
Oh,
when you know the
sent
dates.
out the surveys mid-October, 16th around there, 26th, and then sent out the results the first week of November, and I had that call the second week of November.
So basically, within a month and a half from just seeing the free course to getting your first
Mm-hmm.
client.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. I didn't, like, when I started my course back like 3 years ago, it took me like 6 months to get my first client. Like, I was scared when I got on the phone first time. I thought that I was going to die because I did the same thing, pretty much the same way, doing my research in my niche, asking questions, seeing what nutrition providers need. That's how Greenpie Business Course came about. But I was so scared. I had really nothing to offer. I really had nothing to offer. I just wanted to know if there's a way that I can help. You guys have everything to offer, and the whole point is that if you send out and ask questions to people, and if you make a survey in a way that you ask questions for the people that are interested, they can recognize that there is something that you can help them with, that they'll be happy to give you their email address, they'll be happy to give you their telephone number to talk to you and to work with you. So, I mean, did you feel like you needed to sell your services and be like salesy, car person, or did it kind of happen? For me, it seems that it happened completely natural. I don't know. How about you? What do you think?
Yeah, no, I definitely was not being salesy. That is just not in me, I don't think. No, it was just a conversation.
That's pretty awesome. Like I was when you got on the Q&A and you were like, "Ah, I already sent my emails, I already sent my survey, I got this much, these responses," and I'm like, oh, "Whoa, what just happened here?" Uh, okay, that's pretty awesome. So, what would you kind of say to people and to nutrition providers that are in the same position of like a lot of them are in position, I want to either grow my business or start my business. I don't know how to do it, what to do. I feel scared that I'm not going to be good enough, that that I won't sound professional enough, or whatever. Now, when you have a lot of steps ahead of you. You just started with the course, basically, but you know, what would you tell those people now when you kind of went through this the first experience of just like getting that first client and seeing that there's nothing to be scared of and that it can be really completely natural, like you and me talking here on Skype.
Hmm. Yeah, I would definitely recommend this sort of approach, going through this sort of course, and just like the organization of the whole process. I find really is really helpful. Just knowing what steps to take next, how to focus in on one thing rather than trying to do everything. It really helps. So for someone who already has a nutrition business set up and is just trying to branch out, this would be a great way to just target one client niche and add clients that way. Yeah, rather than trying to do everything.
And can you somehow encourage those, even those who don't want to pay for the course but have the free training? Even though
Mm-hmm.
I recommend going into the course with me. It's not for me making money, but it's for me being able to help people. Like when you get on the call, it's really much more easier for me to understand where you're at, what you need to do, because I've been there for the last 3 years. But those who maybe like students or people that just can't afford at this point, um, what would you tell them to just like get going? Like how to break from that fear and just do action, like you said. Like what made you do it? Like, okay, I'm just gonna sit down, I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, even just from the mini course, you can get a fair amount out of it, and also from the other webinars that you provide and the blogs, you can get a fair amount of information out of all of those to at least get started and get some sort of organization in your process. I mean, it is still scary at this point, but you take it one step at a time, one day at a time, one step at a time. You slowly get through it.
It's what I usually say in the course. Building a business is not a sprint; it's a marathon.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say was the course at this point, money wise, worth it to you, even though you've been just in the first third?
Pardon?
Would you say that the course, the value that you got out of the course is worth the price that you paid for it now in the first third of the course?
Oh, definitely, yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm happy to hear that because like I would be very like, oh God, like let's stop this video. Like, click, Tammy, you're not gonna be on my testimonial. Sorry.
I signed up for the special with the Greenpie app for the year as well.
Yeah, awesome. Is there anything that you wanna say to potential nutrition providers that are thinking about starting their business and they're scared? Just like just give them something to feel like encouraging. I mean, your story is pretty encouraging, but you are in there kind of. You're right. Really, you were like a month ago. You were where they are now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Give
and
them
I'm still
something.
working on those fears. Well, the difference between the 5-day mini course and the actual course is that first week of mindset, which is really important to try to get through all those fears. Obviously, I'm still working on it. I still have a lot of
I'm
those
still
thoughts,
working on it.
but just reminding yourself every day that why not? Why not me? Other people are doing it, so why not?
The first week of the mindset, did it help you out? I mean, I'm still working through my fears every single day. A lot of people think that, oh, she's like this business person, she's completely crazy. I get panic attacks like myself. So I work on my mindset like all the time. A lot of people don't talk about mindset, especially in business, how important it is. Would you say that the first week was the whole mindset? Did it help you out, and how did it help you to kind of get your
Yeah,
perception in order?
yeah, it definitely helped. And I'm still using it every day. It's the affirmations that I wrote down. I still read them and think about them every day. And especially when I do start having those moments where I'm thinking, what am I doing? I can't do this. This is not going to work. Then I, try to turn it around and say, no, this will work.
Every time where you think that I'm not gonna be able to make it, this doesn't work, just remember like that in a month and a half you went from not knowing what to do to getting to seeing this small course, deciding to take an action, sending out emails, and getting the first client, which is basically quicker than a lot of really super duper entrepreneurs in the world actually do it. So there's absolutely no way that you can do it. You already did it. So remember and remind yourself every time if you doubt yourself, can you do it, that you already did it.
Yeah.
Cool. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me, and I really hope that this kind of it's not all about testimonials. It's about showing nutrition providers that everything is possible if they just take action. Even if they just send out a small survey, never sign up for my course, never give me money, just send out surveys, start to talk to people and start to ask questions, that they will get feedback and they will get a lot of results that they don't even think it's possible. They always feel like, oh, I need to have a website, I need to have, a business plan, I need to have this and that. And basically all you got to do is talk to maybe potential clients, see where you want to work and who you want to work with, and then just ask questions. Send out a survey. You never know what's going to happen, and usually what happens is exactly what happened to you. People talk back. They give you their email address. You don't have to be salesy, sleazy. It's very natural. You have something to offer. They need it, and then you go in a month and a half. You just land your first client, and then you have. What about the two other people that you need to talk to?
I spoke to one last week.
How was it scary? Was it scarier than the first?
No, I wasn't as nervous because the first one went so well. Even though I knew not to expect it to go like that again, I still wasn't as nervous because of the first one, and that one went well too. I mean, I did have to ask more questions this time to get some more detail, but it went well. Um, I'm not sure if that one will end up being a client at some point, but it was a good conversation. And the third one I still haven't spoken to yet. She's been a little busy, so I'll keep trying to get in touch with her.
Do you still plan on sending out surveys, and do you plan?
Yes, now that I'm in week 4, we're starting week 4 of the course, which is the survey. I'm going to use.
You were a bit ahead. I had to basically release some of the course to you because you were like, you're not. I am actually talking to a potential client like on Monday, I think it was. And I was like, okay, let me release the content for you to prepare.
Yeah, which really helped. I think it was really useful for the call. But now that we're back into week 4, where we're developing the survey, I'm going to go through it all again, revise my survey, and send it to continue with daycares and just continue with that process, because I have contact information for daycares all across Canada. So there's thousands and thousands still. And I was speaking to a dietitian just last week in the U.S. and mentioned what I was trying to do with daycares, and she also mentioned that would be probably very useful in the U.S. So I may branch down to the U.S. as well. So there's still a lot to do with daycares in terms of trying to target clients.
Awesome. You're going to spread around all over the world. I would be very happy if that happened. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me, and have a great day.
Thanks, you too.